Hello grade 7 students, and welcome to the first lesson of the Team Together Oman. I'm going to here explain with you, or we're going to take together the first lesson in your book. We will look at welcome and lesson 1 parts 1 and 2. So we'll look at the two parts, which the first part is in the class book, whereas the second part is in the activity book. And the first page, or the first page of the first lesson is in the class book, page 10. So let's open together this page, which you'll look in front of you. This is the class book. It says welcome the WOW team, because in this lesson we're going to get to know the WOW team members, and after that we'll do some tasks. So let's look at the first activity, which says listen and read. Which 3 topics did the WOW team look at last year? So you're grade 7 now. In grade 6 there were also some members in the WOW team, and we will discuss here. We will listen in order to know what 3 topics did the members in grade 6 look at. So you are going to listen and also follow with the children in order to answer this question. Okay, so we will start listening first, and then we'll see the topics they have looked at last year. Let's start listening.
Welcome, the WOW team. Recording 1. Listen and read. Which 3 topics did the WOW team look at last year?
Hello and welcome to grade 7. We're the new WOW team. Welcome to the start of this new school year. Let's all introduce ourselves. My name's Majid.
Hi, I'm Bayan. It's nice to meet you. Reem, Sultan, Julia and Arlo did such a great job on the magazine last year. We hope we can make it just as good this year.
I'm Frank. Great to meet you. Do you remember how it works? The WOW, or World of Wonder magazine, is full of articles just for you. Last year, we looked at how to make our homes happy places, why we wear different clothes, and how we can keep safe outdoors.
Hello, I'm Emily, and I'm pleased to meet you too. Start writing to us now and tell us what topics you want to read about this year.
So that was the children speaking about how their friends started last year, and they're continuing their job or going on with the job this year. So the question was, which 3 topics did the WOW team look at last year? So when we say topic, it means this word, like we want to know if there are certain topics. This one. Okay, so let's just. We want to know the topics. Our focus is on the topics that the WOW team discussed last year. Okay, if we go to the text, we'll see that one of these children talked about the topics. In fact, it was Frank, when he said, let's look here. He said, so this is the question, the answer is here. So last year we looked at, this is the answer of the question. He said we looked at how to make our homes happy. So this is happy places. This is topic number 1. Why we wear different clothes, topic number 2. And how we can keep safe outdoors, and this is the 3rd topic, so topic number 3. And the question said 3 topics, of course. So these are the 3 topics that were discussed last year. Okay, so let's look at the second task here. So let's look at this page here, page 11. It says, this is your page. We want to hear from you. Send us your comments and photos like the people below. So these are, as is mentioned here, these are what? These are, so these are comments. All of these here are comments. And also we have also photos. So we also have some photos. Now I guess you could know what your job is going to be. So since we have photos and we also have comments, we have 6 comments and we also have 6 in fact we have 7 photos and also but 6. So we have from A to G, we have 7 photos, and we have 6 comments. So there is one extra picture here. One picture doesn't go with any comment. We'll see which one. So activity 2 says, look and read, match the pictures to the WOW magazine ideas. There is one extra picture. Now let's read one by one, and we will read the first text, and we'll see what picture goes with this comment. So the first one says, let's look at the first task. I saw a film about a man who wrote a famous mystery story about an old place. He also writes poetry and drama. Okay, let's enlarge it. So he also writes poetry and drama. I'd like to find out about other writers. So we're talking about writers here. Which picture goes with this comment, do you think? Is it this one, A? What do you see in picture A? What can you see? Okay, what about picture B? What can you see? Does it go with the first comment, or is it C? Okay, I want you to try to remember or relate these pictures with some words. Each picture could mean or be related to, could give you a hint about any words that could be in the comments, and then this will help you decide what the answer is. So the first one, as I said, writing. Somebody is a writer. He writes poetry and drama. We cannot see any picture with something about writing except picture B. So number 1 goes with picture B. So we're going to draw a line or an arrow from picture 1 to from text 1 to picture B. So this is the answer for the first comment. If we move on to the second, I went to the zoo last week and I want to learn more about animals. So we have animals. So of course, as you should do, you should always underline important words, which this could help you here. This could help you know the word. So we have animals. This could help you know the picture. We have the word zoo, also about animals, and we also have here again the word animal. In number 1, in fact, we could the keywords were wrote. We also have writers, the word writers. This is all about writing, and we also have writes poetry. So this could help you know the answer. Okay, so that's why the answer was B. For 2, we said it's animals. Do we see any animals? Yes, in fact we have 2 pictures with animals. Picture D can show us what animal? Yes, it's a camel. And in picture E we have a place where we have lots of, we can see what animals? Yes, these are giraffes, and I think this is another animal. I'm not sure, it's not that clear, but this could be also another animal. So in the text, in fact, they talked about the zoo and also animals. So picture E is the one that really shows a zoo. So the picture that goes with 2 is picture E. We're going to draw an arrow from picture text 2 to picture E. This is the answer here. Okay, of course you can use a note to write your answers in your you shouldn't write on the class book pages. You can use a note. You can also use your exercise book. Let's move on to 3. Next summer I'm going to go on a plane for the first time. So we have some words here. Also we have the word plane. You should know the meaning of plane. For the first time I'm going to go to Egypt and I want some tips on what to take with me. So this is mostly relevant to plane. You can also think about traveling. So let's look at the pictures. Which picture goes with 3, do you think? Yes, it's picture A. We are also going to draw a line from picture A to text or comment 3. Okay, as for comments 4, 5 and 6, I want you to try to do these and match them with the correct pictures. I'm going to give you the keywords, but you do it by yourselves. Okay, so let's look at 4. Next year my family are going to move from country to the city. I know how to take a bus, but how do I use the metro and where are the railway stations? So she's asking, or he is asking, about the metro and the railway station. In fact, another word I could help you with is train. So you could add train here. So I'm going to write train for you. This could also help you know the answer. Okay, we have train as another word that could help you here. Okay, so you could decide what picture goes with this text. Number 5, I'm doing a project at school about different jobs. I know what a dentist does, but what does an architect do every day? I'd like to hear about other exciting jobs. So this comment is about jobs, and one job mentioned here was dentist. We also have another job which is architect. We also have the word jobs. So it's about jobs. One of these jobs has a picture here. Which one? You could decide and then decide. You could find it and then decide what picture goes with 5. Okay, 6. I visited a theme park last week. So I'm going to highlight theme park. We saw how stunt performers drive cars and how camera operators film it all. I want to read about more jobs in entertainment. So this is about theme parks, entertainment, driving cars. Okay, which picture do you think this is? This goes with. Let's see if you could find the answers, and of course do it with your teacher. Okay, let's move on to activity 3. Read the ideas again and answer the questions. There may be 2 answers. So we have 4 questions, and according to the question it says there may be 2 answers. It means that this means that you don't have only one correct answer. There could be 2 answers for the questions. So for example, of course you're going to read the ideas again to answer this task. So we're going to go back here and answer the questions. The first question says, who needs some information about travel? As you see, all the questions start with who. That's why we need a name of a person for all the questions. So if you see here who, so where are the names? Do you know where to find the names? Yes, the names are here. This is one name. So the names are here. In fact, this is where you're going to find the names. Okay, so for example, this person is Razan. This is an example. So you're going to find the names. So we have here Razan, we have here Basim, Aliza, Alex, Jum'a, and Tommy. Okay, so these are the names of the children, or the friends, and you're going to answer the questions with the names. Let's look at question number 1. Who needs some information about travel? Do you remember when I talked about the word travel? I told you that there is something about travel, but in fact the word travel is not mentioned in the text. There is another word mentioned that's related to travel, but also it could be even more than one comment. So which ones do you think? Let's go back to the text. This one talks about writing, nothing about travel. This one talks about animals. I don't know if we could relate animals to travel, not that much, but it could be maybe. Let's see 3. 3 says I'm going to go on a plane, so to Egypt. So yes, this is about travel. So question number 1, we could answer it as Basim is going to be one answer for number 1. Do we have another comment that talks about travel? Next year, my family are going to move from country to the city. So this does include moving or traveling from a place to another. It's not traveling from a country to another, but from the country to the city. It means like they are moving from living in a town to moving to a city. So there is some kind of traveling, yes, in number 4. For 5, we're talking about jobs, and 6, it's about entertainment. So the 2 comments that are related to travel will be 3, and also it could be 4. So number 1, the answer for number 1 is going to be, as we said, 3 and 4. We're going to put a text here. So we have this text. 3 and 4. Sorry, I should write the names. I apologize. So it's going to be Basim and Aliza. This is the answer for the first question. Moving on to the second, who is interested in different jobs? So we have jobs here. I'm going to highlight the word jobs. And as we discussed before, only one, it could be only one. I don't know if there's another, we'll see. So we talked about jobs in number 5. So one of the answers is going to be, let's do a text also here. So one is Jum'ah. And let's see if there's another text talking about jobs. The first one, a man who wrote a famous mystery. So we can we say writing is a job? Well, why not? It could be a job. Yes. The first one talks about writing, and some people take writing as a full-time job. So number 1 could be yes, he's interested in different jobs, maybe to know about jobs. And let's see 6. I visited a theme park last week. We saw how stunt performers drive cars and how camera operators film it all. I want to read about more jobs. So here is something about jobs in entertainment. So yes, we have mostly the answers, the clear answers are going to be, so it's going to be, as we said, Jum'ah and Alex. These are the answer for, or this is the answer for question 2. Okay, so Jum'ah and Alex. We'll do number 3 together, but I'm going to leave 4 for you. So who might want to hear about jobs in the theater? So we have the theater. The theater includes jobs like, for example, acting. We can say some people even who like cameraman also work in the theater. And here is also about jobs. They want to know who might want to hear about jobs in the theater. Let's see. Jobs in the theater. So writing here, animals, planes. We have the metro. We have dentists, architect. I'd like to hear about other exciting jobs. And we forgot about this one, by the way. It could also be, yes, oh sorry, we wrote it. I thought we haven't. I visited a theme park last week. We saw how stunt performers drive cars and how camera operators film it all. This could be really about the theater, because we have also something about cameramen. So this could be about related to 3. And also, by the way, when we talk about writing, it could also be related to jobs. But after all, your teacher is going to give you the right answers, so you always listen to your teacher and check your answers with him or her. As for the last question, this is going to be left for you to answer. Okay, so we will move to the next task. Activity 4 says, what would you like to read or write about in the WOW magazine this year? Why? Talk to your partner. So this is going to be a speaking practice between you and your friends. Let's move on to activity book. Welcome lesson 1 part 2, which is this page. Okay, so on page, this is page 8. On page 8, we will have 3 tasks or 4. We will look at one task at a time. So let's look at the first one as a start. The first one says, read and complete the sentences. So we have 4 sentences. In each sentence, or in fact more than one sentence, we have sometimes a dash or even more than one dash, and from these dashes we will fill the dashes with words that you see here. These are the words, so we have the words here. And before you do the task, check that you know the meanings, and let's read one word by word. Okay, so we will see here it says good, homes, job, safe, start, where, welcome, writing, and yeah. So these are not really very difficult words for you. You should know the meanings of the words. Okay, so let's start doing the task. Number 1, Majid is talking here. We're the new WOW team. Welcome to the dash of this new school year. So what is the answer here? Welcome to the dash of the new school year. Is it to the good of? No. If I say good, it's an adjective. There should be a noun after the adjective. To the homes of the new school year? Not really. To the job, safe, start, where, writing, or year? What do you think is the answer here? Is it going to be safe or start or where or writing or year? So the answer to the first sentence is going to be welcome to the start of this new school year, because we have just started school. So the answer for this one is going to be start. I'm going to write the answers in a text box here. So we have the text box. Okay, so number 1 says start. Number 2, Bayan is talking. Reem, Sultan, Julia, and Arlo did such a great dash on the magazine last year. So what did they do? Did such a great good? No, they are both adjectives. Did such a great homes? No, because we have a here and homes is plural. I can't say a great homes. Did such a great job on the magazine last year? Yes, that's the answer. It's job. Let's look at number 3. Last year we looked at how to make, sorry, we haven't finished this. We hope we can make it just as this dash this year. In fact, the the first page in the class book can help you, or you can go back to that page in order to complete these sentences. So we hope we can make it just as good this year. The answer for number 3 is going to be good. Okay, let's look at 3. Last year we looked at how to make our dash happy places. What did they talk about in the class book? If you could try to remember, you will find the answer. And again, if you go back to that page, you will find the answer. Why we dash different clothes. So what do we do with the clothes? I'll leave this one for you because it's very easy. Why we dash different clothes. If we look at the word clothes, we will see that the answer is going to be wear, because we need a verb here and we only have one verb left. We used start here in number 1. So number 4, this is going to be, so this was a great job, and good was also there, so we'll do just a slash here. And then we have 3 is going to be for you. I'll leave it for you. Number 4, so this is still 3. We have a dash here. Okay, for 3, the second word is going to be why we wear different clothes, and how we can keep, again, this was also mentioned in the class book, we can keep safe outdoors. So this is the answer for number 3. The last one, Emily talking. Start dash to us now and tell us what topics you want to read about this dash. Now we have a new school year, so the last one, there are 2 words. Start, how are they going to know what you want? Of course, there is only one action that you should do. They need you to do something, because they said start doing something here, and we only have one action, which is writing. So start writing to us now, and what topics you want to read about the new year, which is the school year, or this year. Okay, so that's for activity 1. Let's move to the second activity. Now the second activity says, which of the following can you not use to introduce yourself? We're talking about introducing yourself. How do you usually introduce yourself? It says, it's nice to meet you, great to meet you, I'm welcoming you, I'm pleased to meet you again. We'll see that when you introduce yourself, you talk to people about yourself. So like you meet someone and then you introduce yourself. They want the one that you don't use to introduce yourself. We have 1. All of the sentences include the word meet, which is about meeting, except 3. So the one that's not used to introduce is 3. I'm welcoming you. Okay, let's move on to, but before I move on to the third task, there's something that I want to say about activity 2. So in activity 2, we said that 1, 2, and 4, you can use them to introduce yourself. But for the third one, if you don't use it to introduce yourself, what do you use it for? When you say I'm welcoming you, it's like you are welcoming a guest to your house, or even to the country that's somebody not from your country. So we don't use it to introduce ourselves, but to, as mentioned here, it's used for welcoming somebody. So it says welcoming you. Okay, so you should know why it is an odd one out, what we use it for. And this is one of the reasons, because we don't use it to introduce ourselves, but for welcoming somebody. Okay, we'll move now to activity 3. In activity 3, you are asked to match the 2 parts of the sentences. We have 5 sentences here, and also 5 parts of sentences, and the other parts are here. So as if they have been split from each other, and we need to find the pair of each part. Now the first sentence says, he's the writer who dash wrote a famous book about an old place. These parts are from the comments we've looked at in or on the class book here. on page, which was on page 11. So again, we need to match these two parts together. If we look at the second one, I want to find out what you call, and then we'll find the other part. Can we go find this part first in these, and then we'll decide what is the completion of the sentence? So the sentence says, the part of the sentence says, I want to find out what you call. We'll go to the comments and try to find this part of the sentence here. If you try to look for it in these, I think you're going to find it here. Yes, so I'm going to find out what you call. There's a little or a slight difference. We have here I want to find out, but we have here I'm going to find out what you call. So the completion is about animals, different parts of animals. Let's look for something here. Yes, different parts of animals. This is the answer for number 2. So we're going to draw a line. So this goes with this. Okay, let's complete. Next summer, I'm going to go on. So something about summer. Remember when we talked about something related to traveling and so on? Let's look for the word summer only. So we have the word summer here, and we will find the word summer. Okay, we're looking for the word summer. If you could help me find the word summer in one of these texts. Yes, we have here next summer in number 3. Next summer, it says I'm going to go on. Yes, I'm going to go on a plane for the first time, and we have also a plane for the first time. So this is just for recognition of the tasks. We will also, or the sentences, we'll draw a line from this one to B. This should be easy for you, so you try to complete it yourself. So I will leave 4 and 5 for you. You can try do this task with your teacher or prepare for it, because it's not that difficult. Okay, let's move on to activity 4. Which of the topics from activity 3 are the most interesting, and write why. Of course, this is a personal question. It's just like to ask for your opinion. What do you think is the most interesting? When we say the most interesting, like the topic that you loved the most. All of these topics you're going to face in your book, so that's why they are asking for your opinion, which one you think is the best. So is it entertainment, animals, travel, or the seasons? Which one maybe you think is the best or the most interesting to you? So that was this is the end of our first lesson. I'll see you next time. Wish you all the best. Bye.